Good morning, Uma family, and my returning students. I appreciate you so much for taking time out of your day to be here with me. Good news, even though the gardener usually comes later, he was here all earlier over there, and I'm like, no. But anyway, he's finished and truck is gone, so yay. But anyway, I wanted to thank you, Shallon, for hosting, and even though Evelyn's not here right now, she will be here later. Thank you, Evelyn. And we will be on our mats today, and then next week in our chairs, or see ya next week, Martha, see ya. And so we'll start with a land acknowledgement. So I just want to think about the Tongva and Gabrielino nations, the First Nations that occupied, that belonged to, that this part of the world belonged to them. They belonged to the land, and the land belonged to them. And we think about them, we give them a fond memory of them caring for this part of the country or the world. This was their land. It was stolen by the colonizers and renamed Los Angeles. For those of you that are listening in on a video later, you can always search, especially if you're in a different part of the country or the world, you can always search the origins, who originally belonged to the land that you're interested in, or that you were born on, or whatever. You can do a quick Google search and you just put in there indigenous peoples of Indianapolis, whatever, of Pennsylvania, any, of Australia. And that's how you find out whose land we are on. And we give thanks to them for their stewardship and care. And we wish them that they are well in spirit, past and present. We offer them that acknowledgement. We will remember to take care of our bodies. If we have any injuries, to just be mindful of your body. And we don't want to create any injury, any additional injury to ourselves, or new injury by doing yoga. So be mindful of any feelings of pain. Feelings of discomfort will happen in yoga because sometimes we're moving in ways that our body is not used to yet. But pain is a whole nother thing. That is a hard stop, a red flag, no. And so be mindful. If you need to take a break, water, bathroom, rest, it doesn't matter. Please do that for yourself. We will take breaks together, but always tailor your class to your needs. You are your own best yoga teacher, you know that. We'll start with a grounding, as we usually do. And so just sit in a comfortable way. I'm on the stool right now, but however you find a comfortable way to sit, you may do that. I'm going to move back onto the mat once we get past our grounding. And so I just want you to just notice your surroundings like we do every week. And we've seen our rooms a million times, a million years. But just have a look around at the things that bring your room together, the things that you lovingly placed in spaces to make your home your home. And if you can notice maybe 3 things that jump out at you, it doesn't matter what color, just 3 items that say, hey, look at me. Just mentally name those things. So I will name mine out loud just to give you an idea. There's a bag of chocolate over there on the table. There's a pet bowl here for water or food. And there is a piece of little handicraft from Cuba when I went, that's up on the shelf. So just pick 3 things that jump out at you. And then we'll move on to our breath. We're using our nose to breathe. So I think in Espanol is nariz, I think. So we're breathing through the nose. And we're really taking big, full inhale. So we want to fill the lungs totally with a breath. And then exhale all the breath out. I hear a blower going on across the street. I'll try to tune it out. Inhale big. Exhale everything. This breath is for peace. exhale. This breath is for the families of the students that were murdered. This is the week of their memorial services. This breath is for them. And then just resume your natural pace of breathing. So notice if you feel a little calmness come over you. You might feel energy too, but see if you feel a little calmness come over you by us focusing on the breathing. So this is a way that when we're feeling stressed out or anxiety or triggered or activated means that something, you had a memory of something and it gives you an uncomfortable feeling or a nervous feeling. That's an activation. See if you feel any difference. I want to talk about that little prompt I said, see if you feel a little peaceful. Yesterday on my flight, a man said, hi again. We were on the flight last week that you weren't notified there was a 2-hour delay. So everybody in the whole day knew that we were 2 hours late except the flight attendant. So we show up and we have to sit around for free for 2.5 hours. And I was so upset because it made me feel like my personal time is not my time. It's not worth a phone call to say y'all's flight is delayed. And so I guess I was like having a moment on that flight with this man of all people. And when he said I was on the flight that was 2 hours canceled, my mind went straight back to that day. And I was like, yeah, hi, welcome back. I remember I was really annoyed by the lack of respect of the flight. It happens not often, but it's really demeaning when it does. But anyway, so after our exchange, I had to go and I went in the bathroom, and just did some breathing exercises to bring me back in the moment. But it was a trigger. And this is how these triggers happen, these activations. A memory or someone says something or a song comes on and we are like right back in that annoying thing that happened to us. So there's a prime example of when I had to eventually go live that with him. We went through the whole thing and we giggled in between, but I had to then focus on my breathing to pull me back together into the present moment of this new flight, new day, let that go again. But this is how it happens with veterans. They hear the backfire of the truck. They hear the fireworks. They hear the fireworks after the game. They're not even at the game. And it takes them back to a place of pain, okay, or of harm. And so that's how sometimes PTSD triggers and activations happen. It's nothing that we call up on our own. It's just the mind, So that's a prime example of me then recovering myself and then going into the breath and just calm. I wasn't so hysterical, but I was more hysterical the day it happened. But just to use the breath to control our nervous system. This is the whole point, to calm our nervous system down. I talk about the tax guy. I'm in there because I know I got to write a check in a couple of weeks to the state and the federal. And so just calming all that down because it happens. Life is up and down. It's never flat. Flat life would be great, but there's no growth there if it was flat all the time. Okay, so enough about me. I'm going to go get on the mat and we will get started. So we will start. Let's start on our back. To begin, so just come onto your back. Lay on your back, bring your feet onto the floor. Oh, and so this is what I would like for you to do. So feet flat, arms are a little bit away from your body. And we're just going to move the knees or the legs side to side. And feeling a stretch on the top thigh, no matter what side you're on the top thigh, you may feel a little stretch. The front of the thigh, the muscle high up when you go side to side. So see if you feel that. And we're moving our breath as we go back and forth. The arms are resting on the floor, away from your torso, palms are up. And just going back and forth. So you may feel a little loosening of the low back You may feel the massage effect of when your back is flat on the floor and you're going from one side to the other. The low back gets a little massage. See if you notice that. And then the next time your knees go to your right, just let them be, just however they fall. So what I feel for me is the outside of my right foot and my right leg is close to the floor, it's not touching. And my inside of my left foot is turned down and touching the floor. So just hold here and let us have a stretch that will happen shortly. Move your breath through your nose. Feel the support of the floor or of the earth underneath us. Feel that support. And then inhale both knees up and over to the other side, exhale. So now I feel my the outside of my left leg almost touching the floor. My left foot is touching the floor. The outside of my left foot and the inside of my right foot is touching the floor. So hold here, take some breaths, see if you feel a releasing in the right hip, not the hip, the front of where the thigh and the torso come together. See if you feel a little stretch there. And then as I mentioned, whatever thigh is on top, you may feel a stretch happening on the front of that thigh. And then inhale, come to center, bring your knees to your chest. Now we're gonna go back to the right. So the legs stay stacked on top of each other. Going to the right, the legs are stacked, left bent leg on top of right bent leg. The arms are still out from the torso. Now what I feel is a stretch happening in my left butt. So see if you feel a stretch there. You may not. I am tight. Every time I come home from work, I'm tight from the plane. So this just could be something I'm feeling, but see if you notice that. We're gonna hold here. If you want to bring the arms out in a T shape, you can try that if that's more comfortable. You can also bring the right hand to touch the outside of the left knee. Try that. That adds a little weight on the legs and deepens the twist. So what's happening? We're getting a stretch on the left buttock and we're in a spinal twist. Our spine is in a spiral. And so I've talked about these spinal twists before. Their benefit is a couple things. They move the organs out of their natural position. That's a massage for the organs, okay? And throughout our day, the spine compresses from gravity. And so these twists help our spines to re-lengthen. We will not be taller, but our spine will not be compressed so bad, especially at night after the day is over. Gravity, that's its job, to hold us tethered to the earth. Without gravity, everything and all of us would be floating in space. So that's what gravity is for, to hold us down to the earth. And so this is a benefit of the spinal twist, the spinal lengthening, and also the organ massage that happens just from pushing those organs out of their natural spot. Let's inhale together, knees to chest, and then exhaling, left outside leg on the mat, knees are still bent, the right leg stacks on top. You can bring the left hand to touch the right knee for a little extra weight. See if you feel something on the right buttock. You may or may not. It's okay. Whatever you feel is the right thing. I'm trying to keep my right shoulder down so it's a true twist. See if you can do that too. If your right shoulder's up, that's okay. It'll come down over time. Checking on your breath. So we're breathing through our nose. The breath is smooth and calm. Calm, smooth breath. And then inhale, knees to chest, and then feet flat on the floor. Gonna bring our right ankle to touch the left knee and turn the right knee away from you. So our legs look sort of like a number 4 here. Take your right hand, press on the inside of the right knee gently. We're not forcing. This is a hip opener, so you might feel a little something happening in the right hip joint. And you may not. Again, when I suggest noticing different places, it's twofold. Sometimes it's the target area, Other times it's to keep your attention on what we're doing, because in yoga, the mind can wander away really easily because we're relaxing and we're in a kind of a meditative state of mind. The breathing helps us to relax the nervous system. And so sometimes when I say notice this, notice that, it's for your attention versus the target area. So in this case, I'm naming the right hip joint. That is the target area of any hip opener, is the hip joints. Okay. And then exhale, take a breath in here. And then exhale, bring both knees towards your chest. Okay. This is called thread the needle. The right arm goes between the thighs. So right arm goes between the thighs. Hands can meet on the left shin, or hands can meet behind the left thigh. Okay. I hope you can see that clearly. I'm going to turn sideways for a second. So my hands are either behind my left thigh or on my left shin. Okay. And so hold there. So now we're bringing in a stretch to the low back, the buttocks, and especially the back of the left thigh on this side. So just hold here, relax, breathe. Check your jaw. We want our facial muscles relaxed throughout all the time if possible, but especially in class together. So the breathing is calm and smooth. We're filling up the lungs all the way, then we're emptying them completely with each inhale and exhale. And then release the arms, bring the arms out, and I want you to grab hold of your left leg, either by your pants, if you have on long enough pants, or grabbing around the left knee. Some of you may grab the left calf. On a good day, I can reach with my left peace sign fingers, I can grab my left big toe. Today is a good day, but I'm not warmed up enough for that. Just bring your hands up as high as you can towards your left foot, whatever is comfortable for you. And so now we're bringing in a stretch to the back of the left leg, from the buttock all the way to the heel. Okay, hold here. If you want to try closing your eyes throughout class, you may do that. For some of us, that is not comfortable, and I understand. Feel the same way sometimes. So eyes closed, add a little meditative effect to yoga. You can also try halfway closed, or you can leave them wide open, your choice. So breathe in here, exhale, lift your head and shoulders. Inhale, come down, we'll do 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down, 1 more. Exhale, lift. And then head down, inhale. I want you to lower the left leg slowly on your exhale. So keep the legs connected the way they are in a 4. Number 4, and just flex the left foot. And use your abdominal muscle to slowly lower your both legs, but especially the left leg, onto the mat. All the way down. We're going to keep the right ankle touching the left knee and allow the right knee to drop toward the floor. Welcome, come on in. Allow the right knee to drop toward the floor. The legs are still in a number 4 shape, okay? So this is a stretch for the inner thigh, the inner hamstring, the groin area. Just hold here and see how things feel. Smooth your breathing out. Check on your jaw. Should be relaxed. Relax the muscles in the jaw. Okay? And then extend the right leg out and down, or down and out. I want you to inhale, take a big stretch. Arms up overhead. Take a big stretch here. And then lower the arms. Right foot on the mat. Left ankle, right knee. I'm going to press first gently with the left fingers on the inside of the left knee. See how things feel. You might be able to do a comparison. One side feels tighter than the other. For me, both sides feel tight. Maybe neither side for you feels tight at all. Maybe it's just all good. So pressing the left knee away with the left hand or left fingers, and just hold there. And then exhale, bring your knees to your chest. This time the right arm goes between the thighs. I got that backwards. Left arm goes between the thighs. Left arm between the thighs. Hands meet behind the right thigh or on the right shin. Your choice. And just hold there. So try to settle into this shape. Drop your chin down towards your chest so that the back of your head, the back of your neck is long and the muscles are smoothed out. The skin is smoothed out. The bones are smoothed out. So chin tucks down toward the chest. Hold here and breathe. And then we'll remove the arms and then lift the right leg up like we did before. Flex the right foot. Grab hold of either your pant leg, if it's long enough to hold, or you can grab your right knee, right calf, right ankle. On a good day, I could reach my big toe with my peace sign finger, but I'm not gonna strain myself and struggle and maybe injure my, overstretch something because I'm not warmed up. And then breath in here. Exhale, head comes up, head and shoulders lift. We'll do 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. 1 more. Exhale, lift. And then bring your head down, inhale. Remove the arms. We're gonna slowly lower the right leg like we did the left. So the legs stay like a number 4. The left ankle is near the right knee. We're gonna slowly lower, use your abdominal muscles. Don't just throw your leg on the floor. Make this work, make your abdominal muscles work. Slowly lowering, take your time. The right foot is flexed. Right foot is flexed, right foot is flexed, right foot is flexed. When you get down to the floor, let the left knee drop toward the mat. Just hold here. So again, this is a stretch for the inside muscle, the muscles on the inside of the left thigh, the left groin, and it's a hip opener. Just hold here. This shape is a shape that my chiropractor does to me, but she's pressing on the muscles to get a little more stretch. So this is also used in chiropractics. And then lower, extend and lower the left leg onto the floor. Big breath in, arms up, big stretch. Arms overhead, take a big stretch, whatever feels nice. Let's circle wrists and ankles while we're here. Circling the wrists and ankles. And then exhale, knees to chest. Hang on to your either your knees or your shins and rock side to side. So rocking side to side. Feeling the floor massage your low back. If you go all the way to either side, you get a hip massage. The fleshy part of your hips will get a nice little squeeze from the floor. So going back and forth, moving the breath while we move the body. And then come back to center. So a couple weeks ago, I told you I discovered a new little ab sequence that one of my fellow yoga therapists did in a class. So we're going to do that. So we're in a little ball. So I named this little ball for this part of class, the pearl. So knees are tight, we're in a little ball. Exhale, lift your head. Inhale, we're gonna go into the shape of a starfish. So legs wide apart, arms wide apart. Exhale into a ball, lift your head. Inhale, starfish. Exhale, pearl. So here's the pearl, the name of the pearl. Inhale, starfish. Arms wide, legs wide. Exhale, pearl. Head lifts. Inhale, starfish. Big starfish. Wide arms, wide legs. Exhale, pearl. Lift your head. Inhale, starfish. Exhale, pearl. Inhale, starfish. We'll do 2 more sets. See if your abs, how your abs are feeling. Mine are starting to tingle a little. Exhale into a pearl. Lift your head. Inhale. Starfish. Last one. Exhale, curl. Inhale, starfish. And hold here in starfish shape. Do a little assessment of how your abdominal muscles. So I was starting to get a little burn, just a little bit. If I kept going, it would be more, but I'm starting to feel a little burn, which means the muscles were working. Oxygen is being exchanged with that effort. And so that is our little ab work that we thank, what's her name, Nika, for showing me that, because I love that. We're going to bring these to chest and turn onto one side and come up sitting. So whatever it takes for you to get up to sitting. So I dug out my blanket for once I was prepared. I'm gonna sit on this. You can use a towel, the floor, whatever. I'm just gonna pad my sit bone. That's all I'm doing. And so we'll sit cross-legged. This cross-leg way of sitting in yoga is called easy pose or cross-leg seated pose, either or, okay? Or the kids call it crisscross applesauce. So we're sitting here, drop your chin to your chest and just hold. Check on your breathing, how you feel, how your hips feel. We wiggled around a little bit, the bottom part of our body. How do you feel there? And head circles, either way, doesn't matter. See how your neck feels. So I got a lot of noise coming from my neck this morning so far. Hydrogen gas bubbles are all that is. Those are pops and crackers. Should not hurt. I'm checking on the breath. We're sitting up really straight. So the shoulders are right over your hip joint. So our posture is perfect. Shoulders over hips, chest is lifted a little bit. We're circling our head. We're noticing any sensations in the muscles around the neck. Come back to opposite direction. And then come back up to stillness. I do those, I told you before, I do those neck rolls in the car. If I'm driving, literally, I do them at the red light sometimes. And if I'm sitting waiting for something, I do them in the car too. Drop your right ear toward your toward the right shoulder and just hold here. So we're letting a little stretch happen on the left side of the neck. Breathe through your nose. See how things feel. Check your breath and check your jaw. Relax jaw, relax facial muscles. Inhale, head lifts to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, and see how the right side of your neck feels, what you notice there. And then inhale to center, right side, right shoulder, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, head to center, turn your head, chin toward the right shoulder and hold. If you want to bring the fingers of the left hand toward the left jaw line, that's where the jaw and the side of the chin come together, the left jawline. You can add a little pressure, no forcing, to enhance that turned head or that twist in the neck. And then release the left fingers, left hand on your left knee or thigh, and turn your chin to the left shoulder. You want to use the right fingers to press the right jawline gently toward the left. You may do that. We're sitting up really straight, so our posture is perfect. Shoulders over hips, long spine, pulling your belly button a little if you want a little more engagement of the abs. And then release that. Let's change the leg. So put the other leg in front or on top, so we don't stay the same way the whole time. Back of the right hand to the low back, or can bring the left fingers over, excuse me everyone, right fingers over to the left hip area, okay? So either Back of the right hand at the center of your low spine, down below, or you can wrap a little more. That stretches the muscles in the front of the shoulder, shoulder caps. Drop your head to the left and hold. See what you feel. Check your breathing. And then inhale to center. Let's change left back of the hands. Comes either behind to the low spine or wrapped behind over to the right hips, right hip. Okay. And then you can bring right ear toward the right shoulder and hold. Breathe and hold. And then release. We're going to go hands and knees. So I want to show you, if you have sensitive knees, you can either use a towel or blanket just to pad that area. So you would put your knees and shins on the towel or blanket, okay? Or you can use, if you were out in a studio or somewhere where they don't have blankets for you to use and you didn't bring a towel, triple the mat, triple fold. So just grab the mat, fold it down towards your knees. There's 3 thicknesses of mat, and you can put your knees right there. So that adds some extra cushioning. We're going into table pose, table shape. So that's hips and knees vertical. Legs are separated comfortably. Knees are apart to a comfortable distance for you. And then the hands are flat, shoulder, elbow, wrist in one line, okay? And the wrist, we want to slide the wrist, the hands away from our knees just a hair, so we don't have a sharp bend in the wrist, because sometimes that's painful, especially if we have carpal tunnel. So push the hands away from the knees just a little bit, so the arms are on a slight angle. Okay, hold here. Big breath in. We're going to do cat-cow. So big breath in. Lift your head, chest, chin, arch your back. So we're doing like a sway back kind of thing. Imagine a donkey out in the field or a horse with the saddle back. So let the belly drop. This is a stretch for the front of the belly, and it's a back bend, a little bit of a back bend for that arch in your back. Hold here. So this is cow of cat-cow. We're doing them slow to start, just to warm up a little. Then we'll reverse. We're going to push the spine up toward the ceiling. That's the exhale, and the chin comes to chest here. That's the cat shape. And continue to breathe. We're going to hold here for a few minutes, a few breaths, not minutes, a few breaths. Then we'll inhale to cow. One more slow set. Chest lifts, belly drops, back is arched. Take a few breaths. And then reverse into cat, spine lifts, chin to chest. Breathe again. And then we're going real time. So we're matching movement with the breath. Okay, so we're going cow. That's an inhale, and then cat is the exhale. So we're now going in real time. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Now I want you to go on your own speed and pace and lung capacity. So do a few of those at your own pace. Seeing how the spine feels as we manipulate it and make it a little more flexible. Any movement, the joints get lubricated with synovial fluid, which is good. It helps the cartilage, the 2 surfaces of cartilage for each joint to move in a smooth way. It's like when we would maybe lube a bicycle to make the chain go smoother. And so this is the same with the cat-cow. And then come back to table. Do a thread the needle for the arms this time. So we lift the right arm, twist right arm up. Exhale, right shoulder comes down to the floor. The right arm goes under the left armpit. So come down to your shoulder. We still have the table-shaped legs, the hips over knees, but we're bringing the right shoulder down and turn your chin, right cheek down, okay? And hold there. So this is called thread the needle for the shoulder. So this helps with the shoulder joint and also the shoulder blades. So we're stretching out the muscles around the upper part of the arm, the shoulder cap, the shoulder joint, and the shoulder blade. And just hold here. Right cheek is down toward the floor. It's also a spinal twist. And it's also a stretch for the buttocks and the backs of the thighs. And then inhale, lift the right arm up, twist, look up. And then exhale, right hand down. We'll go right into the left side. Breathe in, lift the left arm, twist, look up. Exhale, left arm comes under the right armpit. Left cheek goes down toward the mat. Left shoulder also touches the mat. Hold here. Hold here and breathe. Spinal twist. Actually, there's another component of this. So spinal twist, stretch for the buttocks and the backs of the thighs. And it's also an inversion. I've talked about inversions. The head is lower than the heart. That helps the heart not have to pump so hard to get the blood to the brain if we were standing up, because the head is lower than the heart. So that the heart gets a little bit of a break. We're flushing our brain with oxygen, being upside down like this. And that's what an inversion is. There's a few different types of inversions in yoga. So this is another component of this particular thread the needle benefit. And so press up with the right hand, lift the left arm, breathe in. And then exhale, left hand on the mat. We'll do some hips side to side. So just rock your hips from side to side. See how your hip joints feel. Mine feel a little better than earlier, which is good. And again, any movement brings synovial fluid, which is a fluid to lubricate every pair of joints or every joint in the body. There are these little sacs called bursars that secrete synovial fluid when activated by movement. And then circle the hips. So big circles with the hips. And then reverse the big circles with the hips. And then come back to table. We're going to move to a down dog. Let me reposition my mat. So we're in table pose. Curl your toes under. Inhale, push your butt up toward the ceiling. Uh-oh. And just hold here. Pedal your legs. So bend one knee, straighten the other. Bend the opposite knee, straighten the other. A few times with this. Try to bring your heels near the floor. They don't have to touch, but we want to get a nice stretch in the calf muscle. Calf muscles. Come down to table. We're going into child's pose. Separate your knees. Bring your big toes together. Sit back, butt toward your heels. Arms stay long. Forehead to the floor. The child's pose is one of the 4 resting poses of yoga. Also, down dog is a resting pose. Also, corpse pose is the 3rd resting pose. And mountain pose, which is standing, is a resting pose. So this is child's pose. I'm going to show you some options for your arms. So this is traditional child's pose with the arms extended straight above your head. You can bend the elbows. Sometimes our shoulders are sensitive, so you can bend your elbows. This is called cactus arms. It looks like this. So we can do cactus arms in our child's pose. If it's difficult to get your forehead down to the mat, you can stack your hands, one palm on the other, forehead on the top hand. These are adaptations for the same pose. Or you can stack your fist to bring the floor up towards your forehead. Stack the fist, forehead on the fist. So that brings the floor up even more, okay? So just hold here and breathe. And let's move back to table. So inhale, come up, reposition your legs. You're going to go back into a down dog, curl the toes, breathe in, lift your butt. Here we're going to lift the left leg. So inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg down. We're switching sides. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right leg down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot down. Come back down to table. Move into child's pose. So separate the knees wide. Big toes touch. Tush to heels. Come down. And you have your arm options. You decide which way you want to position your arms for this little rest. And then come back to table. I want you to come down onto your front. Come all the way down. I want you to bring your elbows onto the floor. So this is called Sphinx. The shoulder and the elbow are in a vertical line. The elbow and the wrist are in a horizontal line. Okay, so this is Sphinx pose like the Egyptian monument. I'm going to turn toward the camera. This is a gentle back bend, just so you can see it here. So the arms are vertical and horizontal. You're sitting up, lifting the chest. And just hold here. And long neck here. Stretch your neck long. Breathing through the nose. See how things feel around your low spine. Then slide your hands underneath your shoulders. So both hands flat, fingers spread wide, underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to curl up into a baby cobra. So palms press into the mat. Inhale, curl up, keep the elbows bent. Exhale down. And the elbows stay near the rib cage. They want to come out to help, but we don't need that kind of help. So the elbows stay and the arms stay by the rib cage. Inhale, curl up. Exhale down. Two more. Breathe in, curl up to baby cobra. Exhale down. Inhale up to baby cobra. Arms stay near the ribs. Exhale down. And then stack your hands, forehead down. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs. So both legs going in the same position. So this side to side with the legs is a nice way to also loosen the low back, and it loosens up the hip joints a little bit. You can do this on the bed too. And then lower the legs, slide the inside left thigh along the floor so that the left knee is coming up toward the left elbow. Doesn't have to touch, just slide it up. This pose is called sleeping baby, okay? Turn your right cheek down on your hands. This is sleeping baby. It's also a passive hip opener. So hold here, breathe. And then extend the left leg out straight down, and then same thing with the right. Then the right knee, slide the right knee up toward the right elbow. This time left cheek touches the hands. Turn your head left cheek down. So besides this being a hip opener, this is also a stretch for the inner thigh. The inner hamstrings are getting a stretch in this shape, in this passive way. And then right leg extends straight down. We're going to press up into table. And then I want you to make your way back into cross-leg seated pose. So easy pose, cross-leg seated pose. Great. Place your right hand out on the mat. So straight out from the shoulder. So not in front where you're leaning back, and not behind where you're leaning forward. We just want to do a side stretch. The left butt stays on the mat. Lift the right arm up and over. Excuse me, everyone. Left arm up and over. Reach the left arm far away toward the right. Left butt is on the floor. If your left butt lifts up, you lose your stretch. Okay. So reaching here, left shoulder pulls back a little. Circling the left arm, big circles. And then inhale, sit up tall, both arms up. Reach up tall. Take a couple breaths like this. So fingertips really reaching up toward the sky. And then left arm goes down straight out from your left shoulder. Right arm crosses over toward the left. We're making sure that the right buttock is on the mat. Okay. Hold here. Right shoulder pulls back. Hold and breathe. And then circle right arm. And then inhale, both arms up. And this time we're going to twist left hand, right knee, and sit up tall and twist. Twisting here, looking over let's look over the left shoulder. We're twisting to the right. Look over the left shoulder and hold. And then inhale, both arms up. And then exhale, right hand, left knee, twist to the left. Look over your right shoulder. And then come back to center. Some hips, what is it called? Stir the pots. Jackie calls these stir the pots. So we just move in a circle, moving the torso in a circle. This is really for the hip sockets, even though the top of the body, the top part of the body is doing all the moving. And then reverse the other way. And then come back to stillness, extend your legs, shake out hands and legs, your arms and legs. Move your arms up and down, hands up and down. And then we're going to move into final rest. So you can either get on the floor, in a sofa, on the bed if there's a bed nearby. You can also do it in the chair, Marta, in the silla. You can sit in your chair, Marta. And so get comfortable. I'm going to move back to the camera. So hang on one second, I'll turn this off. Come to stillness, either seated. Martha, your silla, the silla. Cece, okay. And so rest your hands on your body somewhere comfortable. Check on your peace, your relaxation, your energy. It might be the opposite of relaxation. It might be more energy. But just notice how you feel right now. Awareness to your feet. Take a big breath in. Awareness to arms and legs. Take a big breath here. Awareness to your heart. Take a big breath here. Awareness to your mind. Take a big breath here. And awareness to your spirit. Take a big breath here. And return to your natural breathing rhythm. And when you're ready, come back to the present moment. You can wiggle toes and fingers or circle your head a little bit. Come back up to seated if you're in a reclined way. I just want to say, may you be happy, may your life have meaning, and may you be an instrument for social change. Thank you so much for spending your part of your morning with me today, and I'll see everyone next week. If you want to say anything, open your mic. You may feel free to comment or whatever. Martha, how do you feel, Martha?
Thank you, Natalie. ¿Qué dice?
Hi, Evelyn.
Oh.
Hi.
Muy
¿Cómo se
bien,
siente?
thank you.
She says she feels really good.
Para la otra ya los hago
She's saying
mejor.
that she'll try more each time, but it's just like
Yeah.
the whole like going on her knees and stuff
Yes.
that she can't do. But
I totally understand that. And that is the beauty of chair yoga. That's why I try to mix it up every other week, try, or sometimes we do half chair, half mat in the same day, but for sure next week we'll be on the chair. Okay. And I appreciate her effort, because even if some of the things we did on the floor, she can do like with the arms, she can still do with us, even though we're on the mat. So, and the breathing, no matter what, the breathing, even if she's not moving with us, the breathing keeps moving. And that is also very healing.
okay. I'll let her know. Dice que con que te puedas mover un poquito y tu respiración, que eso le ayuda mucho a tu cuerpo.
Ok, está bien. Thank
Gracias,
you.
gracias. And
Gracias.
Turlin, thank you for coming, Miss Turlin.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Have a beautiful week.
And June and Shallon, thank you. I'll see everyone next week.
You're welcome. See you next week.
All right, thank you.